What is up, YouTube? This is Angel here from Strengthisfirst. What you guys are looking at is my last Friday's workout. Just a quick overview on what I did. I did a 285-pound high bar squat. I did one set of 3 reps, followed by 2 sets of 4 reps. Then later I did pull-ups to my chest, one set of 13 reps. I followed that up by doing one-handed rows with 45 pounds. I did 2 sets of 13 reps. Then I did bench presses, 10 pounds for one set of 3. And then 3 sets of 2 right after that. Paused, of course. And then I did deficit deadlifts in the end. I did 265 pounds for one set of 10 reps. While you guys are watching me train, I'd like to read another short excerpt from another inspiring book I have read. This time, the book is called An Unspoken Voice. It was written by Peter A. Levine. So, this book talks about how your body releases trauma and restores goodness to your body. So I'll read a short passage from chapter 12 called The Embodied Self. The body is the shore on the ocean of being. Sufi saying. Let's now return for a moment to my personal story of being struck by the teenager's car. The outcome of my accident could easily have been horrific, utterly devastating. Instead, it turned out to be transformative. Despite having been acutely terrified, disoriented, and dissociated, I was spared the dreadful repercussions of PTSD. What saved me from succumbing to prolonged trauma symptoms, along with the method I have described throughout this book, were the conjoined twin sisters of embodiment and awareness. This asset, even beyond its critical role in regulating stress and healing trauma, is a master tool for personal enrichment and self-discovery. My job here is to entice you to take your body seriously enough to learn a bit more about its promptings. Yet, I also want to encourage you to hold it lightly enough to engage it as a powerful ally in transforming intense, negative, or uncomfortable emotions. And so, to experience what it's like to truly embody greatness, goodness, and joy. Since these twin sisters of mercy are so essential to the prevention and healing of trauma, let's consider what embodied awareness looks like and feels like. Though we don't usually bring conscious awareness to the multitude of internal bodily sensations happening moment by moment, these experiences are frequently referred to in common parlance. We bite into and chew on tough issues. There are things that we cannot swallow or stomach, while others make us want to puke. And of course, most of us have experienced butterflies in our stomachs. Surely, the sensation of being bloated, constricted, or tight-assed catches our awareness and has its emotional meaning. We may be tight-lipped on one occasion and loose-lipped on another. Or we may just feel open in our bellies and chests, or even breathless with excitement. Such are the poignant messages from our muscles and viscera. All human experience is incarnate, that is to say, of the body. Our thoughts are guided by our sensations and emotions. But how you know when you are angry? Or do you know how you know when you are happy? Typically, people tend to ascribe a mental causation to an emotion. For example, I am feeling angry, sad, etc. because he or she did this, said this, forgot to do this, etc. However, when people learn to focus on what's going on in their bodies in the here and now, they typically report, my stomach is tight, or my chest feels bigger, my heart is more relaxed and open. These physical cues let us know not only what we are feeling, but also what we do to remedy difficult sensations and emotions. They also inform us that we are alive and real. All of our experiences, tracing back as early as growing in our mother's womb, all the stresses, injuries, and traumas, as well as the feelings of safety, joy, grace, and goodness that have affected our lives, all of these change the shape of our bodies. Sometimes these changes are obvious, such as tightly folded arms, a stiff spine, slumped shoulders, or a caved-in chest. Others are subtle, such as a slight asymmetry of the shoulders, a increasingly insignificant turning on one side, arms or legs that seem small in relation to the trunk, a retraction of the pelvis, or an uneven coloration indicating coldness and warmth. These form the bedrock of who we have become. They are a starting point of who we are becoming. We take in information from the world through our external sense organs, those of sight, sound, touch, smell, and taste. Most of us rely primarily on the first two. However, we are receiving critical information from all our senses. Of equal, if not greater, importance than the information from our external senses are the vast streams of information that we register from our internal sense organs. We receive this information from our muscles, joints, gravity receptors, and visceral organs. In fact, without this interoceptive sensory information, we would be fundamentally lost, more so even than an individual who is both blind and deaf. Without internal information, we would not be able to walk on the earth or know our emotions and our desires. Our relationship with others is utterly dependent upon a mutual exchange of sensory data, both external and internal. We gaze, touch, and speak, and through a resonance of our sensations, know ourselves and each other. The overall sense, when this process is in sync, is one of belonging and goodness. Without access to the feeling sense through bodily sensations, our lives would be one-dimensional, black and white. Both our physical life and feeling life, from our most primal cravings to the loftiest artistic creations, depend upon embodiment. And while most of this book is theoretical and didactic, I invite you, the reader, to participate in brief awareness encounters in this chapter. The reason for these interruptions is to encourage you to participate and actively engage in this material, making direct personal contact with the essence of the body's innate capacity to feel, to heal, and to know.